Tribe Buck, welcome to the House of Cons. Great day to you. I'm Blackjack. Salute to everybody in the house. Hit the like, subscribe, share the video, hit me in the chat, let me know where you at. Monog in the house. My Naga. Monog in the house. Salute, Tribe Buck.
Boom shakalaka!
Got a good show lined up, man. We got something real to talk about. We want to know, the whole world want to know, why did the U.S. government bomb Indian territory? Salute. Everybody want to know. And we about to talk about it. We about to get into it. We about to expose why the government bombed Indian territory. And when I say the government bombed Indian territory, most of y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the Tulsa massacre, my nigga. Why they bombed Indian territory. Why they bombed Black Wall Street, my nigga. We're going to break it down. And we're going to get into some footage from Indian territory. We got some video footage from Indian territory. And we're going to show you exactly who was there. Because make no mistake about it, we're in the stronghold of the Naga. The American Indian, my Naga the Negro. And we're looking at the thumbnail from a third eye point of view, not a bird eye point of view. If you're a bird brain and you don't know what you're looking at. But if you got common sense, even though common sense ain't too common, you got your third eye wide open, you know exactly what you're looking at. You're looking at this map of Indian territory with the Indians superimposed on the front of it. We got a tobacco Indian on the right, carved by the white European pale-faced settlers. And then we got the real live tobacco Indian on the left. Salute, my nigga, the ancestors. I take one to know one, my nigga. Take one to know one. I can't be fooled, and I know you can't be fooled either. Because we well versed in this. And we understand exactly what we're looking at. Because we know Black Wall Street, Greenwood section, Tulsa, Oklahoma was smack dab in the middle of Indian territory. As a matter of fact, let's pull it up real quick. Tulsa on the map. Let's pull it up real quick. Don't you wanna be good, good? Hey, I love that song, my nigga. That's one of my favorite jams, my nigga. Salute. Angela and Renee, my nigga. Ancestors, my nigga. Let's pull up Tulsa, Oklahoma on the map. Just to make it clear for the people that don't know. Because, you know, some people just don't be knowing. It's amazing how many people don't know what time it is with stuff. Even in this era of 2000, almost 26. So, we got the map of Tulsa, Oklahoma up. And we see it. We see it right up in the northeast section of Oklahoma. That will be the northeast section of the state of Oklahoma. You find Tulsa, Black Wall Street, right there on the dot. When the U.S. military was flying over it, they said, there it go, right there on the dot. And they dropped the bomb. They dropped the bomb like the Gap Band and Charlie Wilson. My nigga, salute to Charlie Wilson and the Gap Band. They dropped the bomb on us right there in Tulsa. So when we go back to the thumbnail and we see that engine standing right over the area where they bombed in Tulsa. Matter of fact, we could just pull it up another way. Hold on so we can see it better. Let me do something real quick. Let's put it up like this. We see, let's see, Indian territory maps. There you go right there. Indian territory. We see right there where that engine was standing at. We see it say Choctaw. Hold on. Dang, I always do this. Maybe I gotta go to the page, I guess. Let's go to the page. Put it up better. So we see right where Tulsa was located at. That's the right at the border of the Creek Nation. Creek Nation. So Tulsa, Oklahoma was a Creek town. If we keep it scope, the Greenwood section of Black Wall Street was part of the Muskogee Creek Wind Clan. Managa salute. Part of the Wind Clan.
Boom shakalaka!
The Muskogee Creek right there. Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Muskogee Creek Nation. Tulsa right there. That's the Creek Nation. The Muskogee Creek. The Muskogee. Okay, so we know the Negroes in Black Wall Street was Muskogee Negroes. To be specific, the Wind Clan. Now I'm bringing this up for a reason, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about when we're looking at this thumbnail, and we ask the question, why did they bomb Indian territory? Well, it's clear why they bombed Indian territory. They was mad about some stuff. It was revenge. Because after all, we had been whooping their ass for a long time now. We had just defeated them in the Seminole War. So they wanted payback. But let's break it down a little deeper than that. Florida's Negro War. Did you know the Seminole War was the Negro War? A lot of people don't know that, because they don't know that the real American engine is the Negro. And when I ask people, what about the Negro War? They say, what's that? Somewhere in Africa?
You big dummy.
I said, no, man, put your thinking cap on. The Negro War was right here in the great states of the USA, right here in Florida. It was the Seminole War. Forget that mascot that the Florida State Seminoles putting in your face with a white man on it. The Seminole War was a Negro War. And it was from 1817 to 1858. Some people say it was a 3 or 4 part war. And the United States government was bitter. They engaged in a bitter conflict with the Negroes in Florida. We was whooping their ass. The Florida Negro of the Seminole Nation was whooping the U.S. government ass from 1817 to 1858. And that's why they bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Greenwood section. And I know some of y'all gonna say, wait a minute, Blackjack. Tulsa, Oklahoma ain't even in Florida. And I would say you correct. Tulsa, Oklahoma ain't in Florida. But the Muskogee Creek Negroes in Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, yes, quite a few of them were from Florida. Salute. And we're going to talk about it. Just like we're going to talk about the Trail of Tears. What happened after the war? You got the Florida Negro War. We were whooping their ass. But in the end of the day, it took them 1817 to 41 years to deal with the Negro in Florida. To the U.S. government, 41 years. And after that, we had the Trail of Tears, 1838. Right around the second Seminole War. The Trail of Tears was the forced displacement of about, they say 60,000. Forget those numbers. It was the displacement of the Negro between 1830 and 1850. So we know all the tribes was involved in the Trail of Tears. Talking about what tribes? All the tribes, all the real tribes. When they pushed you into Oklahoma, it was your last stronghold. When they took all your other land. They took all your other land and they mobilized Noggins and moved Noggins to Oklahoma and say, this is your territory now, Indian territory. They say it is estimated that the Negro established over 50 all-black towns and settlements throughout Indian territory, which is now Oklahoma, between 1865 and 1920. So they say 1865, but you were there before that. Let's keep count now. The Negro War was 1817 to 1858. So if we take their numbers, 7 years later, 1865, you had 50 all-black towns and settlements throughout Indian territories. Right after the Seminole War, right after the Trail of Tears. You were the majority. Solomon Sir Jones, an Injanaga, even videotaped the Negroes that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Indian Territory before they got disenfranchised. Solomon Sir Jones was an American Negro Indian minister, an amateur filmmaker, best known for his collection of 29 silent and black and white films documenting the American Indian Negro community in Oklahoma from 1924 to 1928. Solomon Sir Jones films 1924 to 19. The Solomon Sir Jones films consist of 29 silent and black and white films documenting the Nagas community in Oklahoma from 1924 to 19 in Indian Territory from 1924 to 1928. So a lot of people say, well, what a real Indian look like? Let's just go to Indian Territory, find out for ourselves. Salute to Solomon Sir Jones. And it says the 48th annual session of National Baptist Convention, Dr. J.E. Wood, pre-Doctors Madison Jones, SEC Denver, Colo, whatever that means, September 9th, 1927, Monaga. These Negroes have been whooping ass in the Seminole Wars. These are the descendants of the ass kickers from the Seminole Wars. They got pushed to Black Wall Street. They got pushed to Oklahoma. These are the Negroes, the descendants of the Negro Indians that the government fought for 41 years. And they blossomed in Oklahoma and Indian Territory, and the spiteful, bitter U.S. government bombed them. So what the Indian look like, huh? What Indian Territory look like? You want to know why the U.S. government bombed Indian Territory? Well, here you go, you looking at it. I like to pay attention to how the people are dressed, like the hats that the women are wearing. You can't find a greater people on earth at the time. Salute. You can't find a more decent people on the earth at this time. Salute. You can't find a more conscious group of individuals on the earth at this time. Salute. Solomon Jones had 29 films. This is the last. This is what they say is the last film. They say this is film 29. He got several more. We're gonna look at some of the other ones. They silent films. This is in 1927, but the series is from 1924 to 1928, from what the references say. Hey, truth be told, China in the house, salute. All right, let's see. Let's pull it to some more. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1927. Salute. Indian Territory, 1927. We talking 70 years, 69 years after the Seminole Wars. Not quite 70 years after the Seminole War. Some of these people, grandfathers and grandmothers, fought in the Seminole Wars. Now the thing about this, in 19, we gotta ask ourselves some stuff. Like when I noticed the women in particular, this is in 1924. Keep in mind, (1927). I mean, they on the water. Nagas got boats. That's a nice boat. What's that? Tobacco? Naga got a tiger out there. Naga got a tiger out that bitch. Hell no. Nagas had their own tiger out there. It's the Muskogee Wind Clan, nigga. Nagas got a lion too, huh? Nagas got a lion and a tiger out that bitch. See, man, this is stuff we don't get to learn about, man. Our education system is trash, man. Our kids are being robbed, man. They don't teach you this about Oklahoma, about Indian Territory. Why? Is that a polar bear? Naga's got a polar bear. That Naga ain't even in the pool or nothing. That Naga ain't. What they got? The AC blowing on that Naga? They got the polar bear next to the grizzly bear. What count? These Nagas here wilding. Oh yeah, he got some water. Naga got water. He's splashing. Wow. Never knew. Never knew it was a zoo in the slap dab in the middle of Indian Territory. The Naga had his own zoo. Naga got everything in the zoo. Naga got the whole Noah's Ark out there in the zoo in Indian Territory. A film like this don't even need sound. It's a silent film. They got zebras out that thing. This film doesn't even need sound. Is that a water buffalo? What is it, seals? The Naga got see we ain't never need nobody. Everything that y'all think we need the white man for, we ain't never need them fools. Matter of fact, we taught them. Salute. Everything they know they learned from us. Naga had his own towns. Like, see, I noticed the women. Now look, I take notice on the women hair now. Look at her hair. How long have the has the Negro woman in America been straightening her hair? These ain't wigs. Those are not. That's not weave. Those are not wigs. This is 1927. This is important because we know in the 60s and 70s they was when it was Afro, or what they call it, Afro, a nappy movement, you know. And it's like when we look at let's put black women hairstyles of the 70s. So in the 70s we're gonna see more of this. Now that was 1927 that we looking at this video from. Keep in mind that's 1927. In the 70s, the sisters wearing their hair like this, but when did they start straightening their hair? What matter of fact, when did black women in America embrace perms? Let's just start perming their hair. Let's see what the internet tell us. Let's see if they tell us after the if they tell us after the 70s. We know they don't know what they're talking about. But straightening and perming might be two different things, because you can straighten your hair without perming it. I knew it. Look how they hide your engine culture. They hide your engine culture. They want you to think, yeah, you niggas, y'all start straightening y'all hair after the 80s. Nah, Naga. Naga's in Indian territory, showing you the proof right now. So when they say the straight hair, this is what they're talking about. They're not talking about these fake $5 red men that we see that they got all over the Dawes Road. So if y'all didn't start permanent, they started permanent their hair in the 70s and 80s, right? But they was straightening their hair before that. Black women straightening their hair with a hot comb, not using no perm. Like I saw my grandmama and them doing it when I was a kid. Like my sister got her hair burnt upside the head with a hot comb. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what they used to do. Like if you a real nigga, you know. If you a real nigga, you know. Let's put how long have black women been straightening their hair, not permanent, straightening their hair with a hot comb? The hot comb was invented for the American Negro woman. Black women straighten their hair with a hot comb by heating a metal comb and drawing it through hair section, which temporarily breaks and loosens the hair's natural curl pattern by straightening the protein and keratin bonds. A protector. How long? How long though? You know it's before the 70s. How long have the engines been straightening their hair? And they stopped using the comb, talking about heat damage, when they started doing chemical damage, right? Hot comb and natural hair. How long? Who invented the straightening comb for black women? We invented it. Of course, the women that need it invented it. Dummies. We know a white woman ain't invented. While Annie Turnbull Malone, credited by the National Museum of African American History and Culture with patenting the hot comb, Madam C.J. Walker. Yeah, we know they gonna give it to C.J. Walker, but look, who is Annie Turnbull Malone? That's C.J. Walker right there. Let's see. All right, we don't took a left turn, but I'm curious now. Who the hell is Annie? Look at her name too. Look at the ninja name. Hold on. The ninja name Annie Turnbow. This nigga name Turnbow. Look what Turnbow Malone. That ain't no white name. That ain't no African name. Yeah, figured out when that. That's why I keep my third eye open. I keep it open at all times. Annie Turnbow Malone. Let's see. I hope they got a picture of her. I want to see how she look. American businesswoman and inventor. It says she a Negro. She kind of like that picture look kind of light skinned. She done straightened her hair though. And Madam C.J. Walker's pioneers of the this must be her on the left. That's C.J. Walker on the right. See, like I don't knock sisters that straighten their hair because I understand the cultural aspect behind it. The only people in the world that did it was the American Negro woman. And that got a lot to do with your Indian heritage. That's why a lot of people don't understand. Y'all sisters in America before they was using those stupid ass perms and them chemicals frying their brain. Look, they say Annie was born in 1869 in Chicago, in Illinois, to formerly enslaved parents. Formerly enslaved, huh? Malone not only faced the challenges of being a black woman in segregated society. Okay, we're gonna do a show about her. Hey, she invented the hot comb, but how long they been heating up metal combs on the stove on some fire? Because like I seen my grandma and them do that. Even when like the electric hot comb ain't work, they might have placed that thing on the stove and heated that thing up, man. Hey, ladies, if y'all watching, hit me in the chat. If y'all know about, if you been burnt upside the head by your grandmammy with a hot comb, let me know you a real engine. Hit me in the chat. Salute. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So they claim y'all was permanent in the 70s and 80s, but y'all was straightening before that. See, so when we look at these videos back to what we own, and we keep seeing these sisters with their hair, keep in mind the perm wasn't around yet. It wasn't no chemical perm. This was hot comb straightening going on. So even when you see this, hold on, I'm gonna jump back, hold on. Even when you see this, everybody done seen this photo. Let's go to this real quick. I'm willing to bet, hold on. Black, hold on, let me type this like this here. Black Seminole and white and his wife. I can't think of the cat name, but y'all done seen this picture right here. Boom. Feather in my hat, black jack. Pull a dart from my back, lay her up out flat to American on my map. See what I'm talking about? Like when you look at her hair, see, some idiot would think she's mixed. Haha, look at the real knockers. Look at the Joker knockers. Where's that? Man, where the photo at? Man, they put the Naga. You gotta put the Naga way to the bottom. Look at the real Naga. And they put the Naga all the way to the bottom. Ain't that a bitch? Make sure you go scroll. So when you look at her and they see her hair, they think she mixed. Man, her hair probably just straightened with a hot comb, I guarantee you. We know his black ass. Bro got the feather in the hat, my nigga. I pay attention to everything, boy. I don't miss nothing. Engine Terry, or they having a funeral. See, look at their hair. Look at their hair now. Now I ain't saying every sister straighten their hair, cause you know sisters do their thing now. They rock different shit now. Some sisters even be putting some sisters even putting that leprosy hair in their head. That they putting that leprosy blonde in their hair. You know what I'm saying? They sisters be doing all kind of. I'm just saying back then. I'm talking about Indian territory though. Right now, they ain't have no perm juice. They ain't have white cream. That stank white cream that be burning your eyes when they putting in their hair. They don't have none of that back then. How they was straightening their hair. See, you gotta understand culture. Hey, Wale in the house, salute. You gotta understand culture. Look at that sister there. Look at her hair. Our people, man. That brother got a horse. That nigga got 2 horses. And it's a white man want to come. That's a white man. That might be just a light-skinned brother. Frederick, Oklahoma. This brother went all around Oklahoma with his camera back in the 1920s, my nigga, filming the engines. Where the hell is the $5 engines at? That's
Sick.
You gotta ask yourself.
Before I make changes.
Now this 1920s, early 1920s. Look at the engines. You talking about 1924 to 1928. Indian Territory, Oklahoma was designated Indian Territory in like 1850 something like that. Hold on, let's go to it. Where the hell is the red man? This man going all around Oklahoma, the different, and they showing you what cities they going to. When was Oklahoma designated Indian Territory? Look, see this is even crazier now. It's a Indian Territory ceased to exist when it merged with the Oklahoma Territory. 1907. In 1890, Oklahoma Territory was created for the western part of Indian Territory. Nah, I asked when was okay. A region conceived as Indian Territory was specified in 1825 as the landline west of the Mississippi. So 1825. So you mean to tell me as little as 100 years later, the same engines that was there in 1825, they descendants was there in 1924 is what I'm trying to say. It ain't no red men. We had a Naga go city to city in Indian Territory showing you the engines. Women in Africa were never straightening their hair with no straightening comb. Definitely not in 1924. In Africa, them women over there was never straightening their hair with no hot comb. These women are not Africans. And these are not slaves. These are if these are freedmen and they slaves of the red men, where the hell is the red men at? We gotta ask ourselves this, man. This is important. This is very serious, man. I take my ancestry and I take our history very serious, man. And I don't like to take it for a joke. I don't like when others take it for a joke. When people take it for a joke, I don't take them serious as a person. I can't take you serious as a person. I can't F with you. But you gotta be serious as a person and ask yourself, why is it just niggas in Indian Territory? And you gotta ask yourself the questions about what they told you. You supposed to be a slave of a red man. Where the hell is the red man? Hey, Robin Nelson in the house, salute. Where the hell is the red man at? You supposed to be a freeman slave, huh? Well, just because somebody tell you something don't mean it's true. You gotta ask for yourself, especially somebody's your enemy or immigrant. Yeah, the immigrant tell you was a slave or you in Indian Territory because you were freedman. Because you was a slave or a red man. Look at that sister here. Hold on. Look at that. Take that back. Come on, man. Y'all gotta be kidding me, man. Your grandma told you she was the engine. She wasn't lying, fool. You just you just ain't understand. You ask your grandma what kind of engine you is. You ask her about white tribes. You ask her about fake tribes. You ask your grandma about fake engine tribes. You don't even know. African booty scratching ass women ain't never straightened their hair, bro. Definitely not in no 1927, man. It's the little things your ass better pay attention to. See, that's how I know you got your third eye open. The third eye catch the little things that's important. The third eye ain't for reading your third eye ain't for reading. That was your first and your second eye for. Your third eye ain't for reading books and legislation and Indian integrity laws. That's not what your third eye for. Your third eye for recognize this little small things that mean a whole lot. Don't look like slaves to me. A rustic and light went in the house salute. See, that's why I wish we were living like this. Nah, man. I would love to live in a place where it was nothing but Negroes around, man. Nothing but American Negroes, not just any Negro. I'm specifically our Negro. I want Indians around. I don't want to be around immigrants. I don't want to be around other black cultures. None of that shit. I don't want to be around black people from other places. I don't want to fuck with them. I want to be around American Indians. I want to be around my people. That's it. I don't want to be around nobody else. I ain't wishing bad on nobody else. I just want them to leave us alone. I wish we could have the promised land back to ourselves for real. You know what I'm saying? And I wish we can get ourselves together. We can get back to loving on each other and being plentiful and being prosperous with each other without all these distractions and these other people around us. Let's look at some more. They got some more. They got a bunch of these. Look at Oklahoma Bound, the films of Reverend S.S. Jones. It's one on them not gonna play. I think that's the one right there. Them not gonna playing football. Hold on, yeah, let me skip some. Fair use these. Some niggas on hijack the video. And I know some people blinded by the illusion. They're saying, well, these engines, where the feathers at? Cause you blinded by the illusion. Cause you don't understand. You don't understand. You blinded by the illusion. You don't understand. The Wind Clan chief, the Muskogee chief, Indian territory right over there in Tulsa, Silas Jefferson. You don't understand. You looking right at the engines. Yes, they got on suit and ties. Yes, they dress nice. You looking at the engines, Managa. Hey, Solera in the house, salute. Soul Arrow. It's one, man. This is one right here. Them brothers got an oil well. They got this. These brothers had more than one oil well. Let me show y'all what we had. Like a lot of people don't know. Like in Texas and Oklahoma, it's a lot of. See, they was in Taft. They in Taft on this one. Go back some. Hold on. Look, sons of contractor finishing the Baptist church. See, the Knockers built this house. See, we built everything. This is 1925. Taft, Oklahoma. Knockers finishing up the church. Knockers building a brick church with red bricks, my Knockers doing real construction. You don't even see too many people building like this today. That's hard work. They try to build these old goofy buildings made out of plaster and stupid shit that you can like It's fake brick. They use these knockers today. You fake immigrants talking about they come over here to build. Man, they build fake bricks, and they talk about they built America. They ain't build shit. The Negro built America. I'm tired of them. I hate them when they say that. It make me wanna, man. And they be talking about they built America and all this here, boy. It made me want to smack. It made me want to smack the fire one of them, man, because they lying. They a bald-faced liar. You came over here to be a bloodsucker. And you hate our country, and you hate our culture, and you hate us. You came over here to use us. That's what all immigrants do. You don't embrace. That's why you come fly your funk ass flag from that dirty third world piece of shit country that you come from that shithole country. Grand Lodge. They had a Grand Lodge. All the Masons. The Masons all up in Oklahoma. They in bolded. The Masons. That's how they end. See, that's how they got around us with the bullshit. Knockers had automobiles, horses. Knockers had Cadillacs out there, bought Chevys, all out there in Indian territory. Y'all knockers thought. I don't know what y'all thought. I don't know how y'all thought we were living. Knocker got a marching band out here. Knocker about to have a game of football on you. That's what I'm saying. We didn't need all these other peoples. Look at that. Drum major got a feather in his hat, my nigga. This nigga is raw, my nigga. That's the best marching band I ever seen in my life. Look at this. Look at these moves. I never seen such a fine marching band. Right there in Indian territory, my nigga. They in Taft, my nigga. Look at these knockers. Silas Jefferson out there, the chief of the Wind Clan out there somewhere. Look at these knockers. Got our own little military out here to whoop some ass. And they on point. I'm scared already. Oh, okay. Well, we got the sisters out here. The sisters in arms. Okay. But let's say community fair. The knockers had a fair. Knock on the horse and they got our flag, my nigga. That's our flag, my nigga. Out there in Indian territory, my nigga. These hijackers want to take credit for all our stuff, my nigga. That's why I laugh at people if they say, I don't support that flag. I say, because you're an idiot and you don't know that we made the flag. You don't have another flag besides, you know, the Negro Heritage flag, that's our flag too. But that U.S. flag, that's our flag. People don't understand it because they just don't know. Look at the hell, my nigga. That's not a perm, my nigga. The Melvin School. That we didn't need white people to teach us nothing. We had our own damn school. We had the teachers and the girl who won the state prize for spelling. Did you know the whole state of Oklahoma, the whole girl that won the state prize in Indian territory, my nigga? And the spelling bee, my nigga. Where is she? Okay, they go to teaching. That nigga look smooth. Look at see what I'm saying? Look, man, look at their hair, man. Look now. Look at these. Look at the women here. She must be the one that won the spelling bee. I don't know. Or maybe she a teacher. Nah, he the teacher. See, look at their hair, man. Look at the women. The women been straightening their hair for the longest. Look at her. She was looking serious. That might be Stagecoach Mary right there on her young days. I don't know, boy. She was looking real serious right there, boy. Like she ready to... Bird. Oh! I know I ain't just see what I thought I just said. Did I see third eye point of view? Bird eye view of Taft School, Taft, Oklahoma. Look at the hell, my nigga. Knockers been straightening. Our women been. I bet our women been straightening that their hair even before Columbus got here. When Columbus got here, they probably was already straightening their hair. I guarantee you, Brian. I mean, this ain't no, cause they don't even know when black women start. Let's see. Let's ask again. We asked that first time. We asked how we asked. Hold on, back here some. Let me get rid of some of this. We asked. Began perming. They say perming in the 70s and 80s with the introduction of Jerry curls in the 1900s. All right. So see, look. Now look, hold on. That permanent in night Marjorie, hold on, cream for hair. Garrett Morgan developed the chemical cream. And Garrett Morgan is an engine. Big Chief Garrett, that's the engine. Developed a chemical cream for hair straightening in 1913. And Marjorie Stewart Joyner patenting a permanent wave machine in 1928. Perms became a fixture in black salons and was considered a way to achieve more socially acceptable appearance. I don't believe that. I think it's cultural. I think it's long before any other people was here. We weren't trying to be socially acceptable around immigrants when there wasn't no immigrants here before Columbus. In 1492, we was already straight in the hell. Early innovations and trends, the first permanent wave machine. See, they don't know what they talking about. Let's see. When did black women start straightening? Cause let's put straightening in one more time. Straightening in, they say they say in the early 1900s. Chemical relaxers, methods like hot combs and chemical relaxers emerging in the early 20th century. Ancient and pre-emancipation methods. Before emancipation. Grease and butter. Enslaved women would apply something like butter or goose grease. Heated tools. They then used heated butter knives or similar tools to press their hair along with the string and cotton to achieve a looser texture. See, this is important. Because when they talk about engines, the first thing they want to mention, oh yeah, the hell was straight. It was because they know they was Negroes, so the first thing they try to do is say, well, the hell was straight. Well, I'm trying to explain to you why they're saying this. Especially when you go to Indian Territory and you see the engines there, and you see the Indian women with their hair straightened. Our women wasn't around. If they was doing this to be socially accepted, where are the immigrants and white women that they would be around in Indian Territory? If that's the case, it ain't nothing but Indians in Indian Territory. So who are they being socially acceptable for? Their lies are easily exposed. So they'll easily expose these lies. They ain't trying to be socially acceptable. That's their culture. It was already straightening their hair. There ain't nothing but Indians in Indian Territory. And the Negro women is straightening their hair. Commencements of 1925. Look at the Nagas, I'm graduated. You might have had to learn some bullshit though. Brainwashing. Yeah, you African history, y'all. Got indoctrinated. See when I see these engines, when they suits and ties dress so nice, I tell you, this all I see is Silas Jefferson. 1838, Indian Territory, yeah, right around the Seminole Wars. Wind Clan chief migrated with his parents to the Creek lands in the Indian Territory. Where the Creek lands at? I'm talking Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Muskogee land, the Creek land, you talking Tulsa. Silas went with his parents to Tulsa after the Seminole Wars. 1838, during the Civil War. During the American Civil War, he enlisted in the 1st Indian Home Guard Regiment. After the war, he became involved in politics. We're looking at the real engines, Managa. Understand what you're looking at, Managa. While they talking about Trump, people buck military drive. Yeah, they all be bucking the drive. They cowards for real. And the immigrants don't want to fight. No, they don't want to fight. The Naga be ready to fight. They know we like to fight for real. We don't give a damn. We'll fight. You know what I'm saying? Fighting is a part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? Look at these Nagas. These Nagas be spotty for real. These engines spotty. Look at that nice brick and rock building. Good Lord, that is beautiful. That is a hard feat to pull off too. Even to this day, building something like that. That's some work. These Nagas, everybody got on their cows. These Nagas fresh, man. These Nagas ain't no chumps. These Nagas are wealthy Negroes. Oh, these Nagas about to play football. Here we go. Here go the first Super Bowl, Managa. The first Super Bowl. Real Super Bowl. No, the immigrants ain't want to play against the Nagas. The immigrants ain't want to play against the engines because they were scared. They were scared to play against. They were scared. They've been scared to compete against us. Look at these Nagas. That Naga fresh. That Naga ain't even got no pads on and look like he got on shoulder pads. And that Naga there got on the sweatsuit in the back. What the hell going on? This Naga is fresh. That Naga back there looking like Aaron Hall. Look at these Nagas. I'm scared already, man. I'd be scared too, man. I ain't even the immigrants. Y'all scared. I get it, man. Y'all looking at these cock strong ass Nagas run. I ain't scared though. But these the immigrants, I see why y'all scared. Though y'all looking at these Nagas. Y'all don't want to play football against this. Let's see some of the action. Let's see why the immigrants do not want to play sports against the engines back in the early 1900s. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty fast. Whoa, no pads on. Them boys, that was a crackback. Look at the dust flying. Them boys hitting out that thing. Look at these engines. I know them immigrants ain't want none of that. These Christopher Columbus ass immigrants did not want any of this kind of action. These boys got on a leather motorcycle helmet and they got on no shoulder pads and they out here playing. They out here playing contact football. S.S. Jones, 1924 to 1928, Managa. S.S. Jones put it down, Managa. S.S. Jones gave us a look inside engine territory, Managa. We are so blessed beyond belief, Managa. We just see if we can be more than ignorant, if we just open our eyes, all three of them, we blessed beyond belief. If we stay ignorant as a people, we curse. If we open our eyes, we bless. They left it right. Our ancestors blessed us. They knew these people was going to lie to us about who we is. Our ancestors knew it. And they left us pieces of the truth for us to see for ourselves without having to listen to somebody telling us. They left it for us. They can put all the fake engines in front of us all they want to. I know the truth. And I can see the real ones without somebody telling me. I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the Creek Nation, Managa. I'm looking at the Wind Clan, Managa. Look how distinguished everyone is. I think this part of that footage we was looking at earlier. Let's put up another one. That's part of that footage we already kind of looked at. Let's see. They got some more. Rare footage of all black towns in 1920s America. Yeah, they got some of this footage on there too. That's just some of the same footage. In Oklahoma, story of place, Voices of Preservation, Summit, Oklahoma. Oklahoma Historical Society. Solomon Sir Jones, movie number 13. Then they say Madam C.J. Walker headquarters was there. They say something about C.J. Walker, NYC. They say over in Brooklyn, New York City. Okay, so he did filming in New York too. Then he went to look at. Hey, look at, it's crazy how we was talking about C.J. Walker and straightening hair, and look, that junk just, man. See, that's why this on the Shabbat too, man. I don't know, man. I don't think this be no coincidence, man. For real. People be talking about coincidences too much. How the hell? I did not look at this, y'all. This is my first time seeing this right here with y'all. They in New York on this one. They go immigrant. Look at these immigrants. Goof ass immigrants. I want to see some more in Indian territory though. I ain't really concerned about New York, where Indian territory at. Even though it's they still niggas. Juneteenth in the Solomon Sir Jones film. 19 in Beaumont, Texas. Beaufort, Texas. They talking about Juneteenth. Juneteenth did not exist back then, man. What they talking about Juneteenth? People just be throwing stuff in there. That's why I'm glad I be knowing stuff I know, cause if you ain't know no better, you would see that, oh, Juneteenth and Solomon Sir Jones, man. See, Juneteenth was way back then. Oh, yo, dumb ass don't know what you talking. Somebody done throw that in the title, and that's not true. Historical Black Wall Street, historical footage by Solomon Jones. We're seeing some of that. Elliott family by Solomon Jones. Where they at? Oh, okay, they're in Oklahoma. Let's see what the Elliott family. Residents of Mr. and Mrs. Elliott. 527 2nd Street. Look, Muskogee, Oklahoma. My nigga, I told you. The Muskogee Creek, nigga. See, I don't be making nothing up, my nigga. Like, when I say stuff, I ain't like the people put anything in the title. I do my research first before I hop on here. Anytime I run my mouth, cause I ain't type of nigga. I don't like to put my foot in my mouth. I like to know what I'm talking about for sure. Cause like when somebody challenge me, I like to win. I don't like to lose. I like to be the one to win. So I make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about before I go, cause that's why I be cocky like that. I know y'all be like, man, that ain't gonna like that, be cocky and shit. Cause I know what the hell I'm talking about for real. I done really did some reading, nigga. I read the manual, my nigga. I ain't a nigga that get a peek going. Y'all niggas go in Walmart, you buy something, and you open the box, and you just throw the damn manual to the side. You try to put some shit together, and don't even know what the manual say. Nah, nigga, I read the manual, nigga. I read the damn manual, nigga. Muskogee, my nigga. Muskogee, Oklahoma, my nigga. The residents of the Elliott family, my nigga. Where are the Muskogee? Tulsa, Oklahoma, my nigga. Look at that lovely front yard. Oh, look at the family. Oh, let's pause. Look at that hat, my nigga. Look at them hats they were rocking. I like that hat. So it's got on 2 or 3 logo in the house salute. Look at the hat, the nigga. Look how big. Look at all the kids, my nigga. Having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids in the pic, my nigga. I love that, my nigga. Niggas be like, man, you know, all them kids, man. So what, man? You supposed to have a lot of kids. What's a family without a lot of kids, my nigga? That's a goof ass. I don't want to be in no old ass family. You're supposed to have, in the family, it's supposed to be more kids than grown people, fool. What you think a healthy family look like? You don't want a bunch of old ass people in the family. You want a bunch of young people. You want the old family, the old people for the elders. But you're supposed to have a bunch of kids, man. A lot of our women don't get it. A lot of our women don't want to have kids, or they want to have one, or they want to jump baby daddy to baby daddy. See, they're doing it wrong. We're doing it wrong, man, and the tribe is dwindling away. And all these women that's playing games with legacy, playing games with family, having one kid, and you wanna play I'm a bad bitch role and all this here, and you jump into man to man. A lot of these women having kids for multiple men, you're ruining the tribe. And at the end of the day, when you get old, you're gonna be lonely. You're gonna be lonely as hell. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be out here, and your kids gonna be trying to live their life, and you're gonna be the single mother that be intervening in your kids' life, smothering them. We should have had the family the right way. Them kids gonna break free. You gonna get them these mothers that try to smother their kids. You gonna get on their damn nerves. They gonna break free, especially if they got one. I feel sorry for the kid that's the single kid. That's the only kid, no brothers and sisters. Especially if it was just them and their mama, like some of my people. The family structure has been ruined. Now, in our community now, a woman looked at as bad if she is under the leadership of a man. Unless she older with a bunch of other men kids. That's the only way it's looked good. It's looked at as good. If the woman is older with a bunch of other men kids, and she get under the leadership of a brother, oh, that's looked at as a good thing. Oh, he done saved her. But if they young and they ain't got no kids, or if they want to live, I'm telling you, you want to live your life in your 20s. Well, go ahead, because it's only two things. Women become wives in their 20s. You can either live your life in your 20s. You can either hoe it up, or you can become a wife. You got a choice. Because men ain't marrying women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's just being honest. I don't care who don't like this. If you don't like the truth, that's you. A lot of people don't like the truth. The truth is real bitter. It's cold, but it's true. You mismanage your youth, and you miss out on life. You miss out on having a family, and then you smother the 1 or 2 kids that you do got. And then you get older, you ain't got no man, you ain't got no life, and now you all invading the nails. You calling your son, begging him for money all the time, because you ain't got no man. You calling the daughter getting on her nerves because you ain't got no man, and she might got a man. This is what's be going on, and we got to be honest about it if we're going to ever resolve it. If not, keep lying to yourself. Keep on lying. You ain't going to lie to me. Dark and light went in the house, salute. The culture has been effed up. The family structure has been destroyed. Rare color footage of Black Wall Street filmed by Solomon. Look at that, they got it in color. Oh, this is beautiful. Boy, I be glad my daddy, boy. I pray, I be happy for my daddy, because I know how women is when they get older, boy. If my daddy wasn't around, boy, my mama be getting on my damn nerves, boy. I already know. My daddy be saving me. Well, my daddy, boy. I'm glad, boy, cause I see how people lives who they mama not with, they daddy, and I watch people grow up. Friends of mine grow up, and I watch they mama get on their damn nerves and make them miserable because she ain't have no man, smothering them and clinging to them in their pockets all the time. You see, you supposed to be blessing your children as the elder, as the parent. You supposed to have more than them. You been living longer than them. You supposed to be contributing to them and the success of their future. You're not supposed to be leaning on your children for help. People feel entitled. I've even heard people say they feel like their kids owe them something because they gave them life. That is so evil. Your kids don't owe you nothing because you birthed them. This go for men and women. You ain't did nothing special for birthing the child. Those kids don't owe you shit. You birthed that child because you was getting fucked. And you enjoyed yourself. I can't stand to hear a grown adult act like they children owe them something. You a sorry ass. These don't look like the type of people that was leaning on their children for anything. I love looking at our people from the past, man. I'm in love with it. I love looking at it because it's therapy from what we live in a world. We told this, we told that. We look around us when we see the wrong, but it was a different time before. We wasn't always a degenerate people. When you want to know why they bombed us, why they bombed Indian territory, huh? And so let's break this up. Let's break this up. Our people, we got a lot going for us and we got a lot going against us. And one of the main things going against us is we ain't unified. We ain't got unified families. How can we be unified as a people? Salute. If we ain't got unified traditional families with a man in charge, a woman second, the kids third. No, with the Most High first, the man second, the woman third, and the kids fourth. If it ain't in that order, we ain't got nothing. We ain't gonna never have nothing, and we ain't gonna never be unified as a people. We got to start there first, within our own homes and families. And then even in this community, we got these content creators. And we talk about this engine stuff. It's funny because most of us ain't united. You got content creators in this bill, some large, some small. But if you notice, we for the most part is separated. We segregated, we ain't no different than nobody else. You got Nagas talking about the same subject that don't get along. You got Nagas that steal content and steal ideas from each other and can't get along. When it just be that simple to unify. Don't you think this engine thing will be much bigger if the content creators on this Negro engine thing, if they got together? Everybody ain't got to believe all the way the same stuff. Everybody got something to bring to the table. But don't you think this would be much greater if people got together? But that's too much to ask for, right? Everybody got egos, right? Everybody want to be the big chief, right? I'm the big dog, I'm the big chief. This was my idea. Fuck all that, man. If you ain't about the message, I don't know what to say about you. You can sit back and wait, see what other people do, and then you try to copy. You could do that kind of stuff. And without giving people credit, or without even shouting people out, we could do all that stuff. But the last thing we'll do is unite. And then you'll turn around and you'll preach to the tribe of what we got to do to get together. How the fuck we gonna get together when the engine creators can't even get together? We on YouTube, we can't even get together. We diss each other, we hate on each other, we steal from each other, we steal people intellectual ideas, and we can't get together. And stealing the man ideas, you just let a man know that you're watching him. You let me know you're aware of me, but you ain't gonna shout me out. You're gonna steal my ideas though. How we gonna unite like that? I can't expect y'all to tribe up if I can't even tribe up with other niggas that's making the same kind of content I'm making. How can I expect y'all to tribe up? But I ain't emotional about all that. I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep setting the trend. I ain't gotta be, hey, you can be David and Goliath. I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep bringing my 2 cents to the table. And I know as small as we is, we affecting many. Because I see it. I see it all around me. I see when ideas that begin over here in the House of Cons, I see when they being mimicked in other places. Now, if it's a case of that, where you say, "No, I can't be down with these other cons in the community making this content because I want to keep stealing ideas and I don't want everybody to know, and I want to keep them down, keep them small, because I secretly watch they shit and it inspired me, and then I want to act like it was my idea." If you on that, then you on that. But if you a real man though, you're gonna give credit where credit is due and not steal from a brother. Because that's what I would do. Alright, that's another video. We out that one. Something else I wanted to present. Let's see. The Indian Removal Act was a 1830 law signed by President Andrew Jackson that authorized the president to negotiate with the Indians for the lands east of the Mississippi River in exchange for the lands further west. We talking Indian Territory, Oklahoma. Despite being framed as a voluntary exchange with financial and material assistance, the act facilitated forced removal, most infamously the Trail of Tears, 1838 to 1839, which saw the deaths of thousands of Cherokees and the displacements of tens of thousands of Native Americans to make way for white settlement in the expansion of slavery. So the removal of blacks to make way for white settlement. Then you had the Curtis Act. See, I'm something like Terrence Crawford out here. I'm something like Bud out here, man. I be the MF about a book and by the third eye. Y'all heard of the Curtis Act, right? The Curtis Act of 1898 was U.S. legislation that extended the General Allotment Act to the 5 civilized tribes, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole in Indian Territory. Its purpose was to dissolve tribal government and courts, allot tribal lands to individual tribal members for private ownership, and pave the way for the creation of the state of Oklahoma by removing tribal jurisdiction. Paved the way for the creation of the state of Oklahoma by removing tribal. They say this ain't Indian Territory no more. Yeah, we want this land too now. Removing tribal jurisdiction and claims to their lands. And that should remind y'all of the Topeka Plains dealer. Grandfather clause wealthy Negroes. Disenfranchised by new state of Oklahoma. Because remember, they just said the Curtis Act basically dissolved Indian Territory. He said, nah, we want this land, we're going to dissolve it, and y'all got to allot it so the government can take it. 1898. That's right. This is 27 years before Solomon Sr. came along with his video camera catching the last remnant of the engines. U.S. legislation that extended the General Allotment Acts to the 5 civilized tribes, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole in Indian Territory. Its purpose was to dissolve tribal government. No more tribal governments and courts. Allot this land to individual tribal members for private ownership so the government can take it. And paved the way for the creation of the state of Oklahoma by removing Indian Territory, removing tribal jurisdiction. We read about it in the Grandfather Clause article clip from the Topeka Plains Dealer. We've been read about this. Grandfather Clause in Oklahoma. Wealthy Negroes, Tulsa, and all the other places in Oklahoma Indian Territory are denied the right of franchise by the act of the new state, the largest Negro population in the Creek Nation, the Muskogee Nation. We read about the blackest spot in Indian Territory. Wildcat is what they call Grayson right now. We always read this section because it's funny. And this, if you seen this before, you know what I'm finna get into. If my computer at right and start freezing up. It say the blackest spot in Indian Territory. All of it for real, but it say the blackest spot includes the villages of Rennisville and Grayson. Wildcat. Council Hill of the towns of Bowling and surrounding townships. And they look here at it's in Grayson at Wildcat. Hold on. Look, I stroll on up. Boy, they freeze me up because they don't like this. They don't like this about Indian Territory. Talking about paid away for white settlement. They say at Wildcat, white men were warned to depart before sundown. They say cause Wildcat, Oklahoma, out there in Indian Territory, they say Wildcat was a sundown nigger town. They said white men had to get the hell on before it got dark, because this entire community of Negro Indians numbered probably 15,000 souls, these Creek Indians. And it was here that occurred the Henrietta Race War and the Crazy Snake Indian Rebellion, the last of which was heralded in the summer of 1900 as a big Indian war. In neither case was there any great trouble. They say one of the Indians were compelled to sign treaties following the former Negro slaves. See that? They're gonna call you a slave. Yeah, sundown town. Colonizers had to get the hell on. See how all this go together? See how it all go together, man. Collect 73 in the house, salute. On these episodes, these receipts, these sources, man, this is ammo, man. People go to talking crazy, man. I can pull out one of these. It's all kind of sources in these episodes, man. Like, nobody should be, man. If you watch this channel, you let anybody talk crazy you about our ancestry and who the real Indians is and who we is, and you let them talk crazy, you lacking. It's just too much here. It's all this evidence You ain't in the Pan African Dr. Umar booty scratchers out there. They ain't got one shred of evidence or nothing about Africa. They ain't got one piece of paper about Negroes coming from Africa to go against all this shit we got. Yeah. Think about that. And all the Dr. Umar from Africa, huh? Well, what about Indian Territory? Watch a nigga start bebopping. Nigga gonna start bebopping and hemming and humming. They gonna say, back to the motherland, huh? What you mean, Indian Territory? Dr. Umar gonna start beeping and bopping, hooping and hollering. And man, I'm black.